Our beliefs have a powerful impact on the lives we live. They can limit our potential or they can expand it. The more we believe something to be true, the more likely it is to become so. That's why the stories we tell ourselves and the words we speak into others matter so much. There are a number of incorrect life assumptions that people repeat so often that they end up feeling true. I've fallen for many of them myself, but I can also look back and identify some assumptions that I've never presumed to be true. So I thought it'd be fun to list 10 common life assumptions I've never accepted. Number 1, parenting teenagers is miserable. I'll start here because it's such a common one. When I worked full-time with middle school and high school students, I couldn't count how many times people told me that parenting teens was just miserable. One person even said to me, "Little kids are so cute, but then they become teenagers and you can't wait for them to leave." I've never believed that that had to be true. Parenting teenagers requires intentionality and a shift in strategy, sure, but I never entered that stage of life assuming it had to be unenjoyable or full of disrespect. And as a result, those were some of my favorite years of parenting. Number 2, spending time with extended family has to be terrible. No way. I love seeing my family, and I love spending extended time with them. Now, not every family dynamic is healthy, and separation so you can establish your own life is really important. But we go home twice a year, usually for a few weeks every time, and it's one of my favorite things to do in the world. So I always cringe at the jokes about how hard it is to be with family. Number 3, that I can't wait for retirement. Retirement has become the new American dream, and it seems in many cases people live as if the goal of work is retirement. But how can work ever be enjoyable if the whole goal is to get out of it? Retirement has never been my goal. Instead, I love doing meaningful work, and I hope to do it as long as my body allows me to. Number 4, that a productive life has to be a busy life. Early in my first career, I made the mistake of stopping in the office on the very first scheduled day off of my first week of work. No doubt I was trying to impress everybody at how hard I worked. But when I walked in, the receptionist said to me, "Make sure you honor your days off, Joshua. Always. You're going to need them. There's too much work to do around here to not take your days off." It was a life-changing sentence and brilliant advice. Productivity doesn't require constant activity. And in the long run, rest enables us to do more, not less. Busy is not required for productivity, and oftentimes it can get in the way of it. Number 5, that we need debt to finance an enjoyable life. Kim and I have never assumed that having or spending a lot of money is required for a meaningful life. We made less than $20,000 combined our first year of marriage, and not much more for the next several years after that. But we never outspent our means. Other than a small mortgage and needing $5,000 for grad school, we have avoided all other debt with our lives. Our life has never been extravagant, but extravagance was never required for joy, meaning, or fulfillment. Another life assumption I've never presumed to be true is number 6, that mothers-in-law are difficult. Mothers-in-law and lawyers are the punchlines to countless jokes and television shows. But my mother-in-law, Kay, is wonderful. She's kind, thoughtful, fun, and a pleasure to be around. I genuinely enjoy being with her. Not all mothers-in-law are difficult, and you can see yours differently if you try, in most cases. Number 7, money doesn't change us. Of course, money changes you. Anyone who thinks money only reveals who you are isn't paying attention. Money has a powerful effect on who we become and often brings more negatives in our lives than we think about. I should do a whole video on that topic someday. Now, that doesn't mean everyone with financial means is bad, but it does mean we should be aware of money's influence and stay focused on our personal ethics in light of it. Becoming rich is not the greatest goal in life. There are much, much better things to become. Number 8, religion is boring and weakness. My faith brings me meaning, joy, peace, and stability. I cannot imagine life without it. As a child, I thought religion was boring, but not anymore. It has strengthened me through difficult times, and I'm grateful for the role it plays in my life. The 9th assumption that I don't presume to be true is that kids are terrible in their twos. Children often rise to the expectations we place on them. Certainly not always, but often. When our kids were little, we never wanted 2 years old or 3 years old to become an excuse for tantrums or bad behavior. Instead, we tried to understand their developmental phase and help them grow through it. When we just assume that all kids are terrible during their twos, we become too quick to excuse their behavior or think we are helpless to correct it. That's why it is so important to fight against assumptions about kids simply because they've been repeated for generations and generations. And number 10, that people are talking about me behind my back. I hope someone finds comfort in this today. Perhaps it's because of my background working at churches or even my work now, but I hear a good number of comments from people talking about being judged by others. In many circumstances, I wonder if that's even the case or if it's just projection. I used to assume the same, that people were judging me, until I realized that most people are too busy thinking about their own lives to spend much time thinking about and talking about mine. So reject life assumptions. In doing so, you will regain the power to craft your own life, the one you actually desire. I actually had a really fun time thinking through this list and what assumptions about life I've never presumed to be true. Are there any common life assumptions you've never accepted to be true? If so, comment below because I'd love to read more and I think it would make for a really enjoyable comment section. And I'm excited to announce that my new book, Uncluttered Faith, is now available. When I discovered minimalism 15 years ago, I had no idea how much the lifestyle would impact my relationship with Jesus. But as I began living out what Jesus taught us concerning money and possessions, I began to recognize and experience so many of God's blessings in my life, the spiritual blessings that He wants to give all of us. This is my book where I outline 12 of them. If you're passionate about Jesus or interested in spiritual things at all, I encourage you to get it and read it and have your life changed.